Okay, now. Ready, I think.
Okay.
Have you always wanted to be a teacher, or are you teaching by chance?
That's a very good question. I didn't decide, oh wow, I'm going to be a teacher. I studied something else and then I started to teach and then, oh, I really do like this. And I realized that I liked it a lot. So I started to love it, not just like it. And I think that's where it all came. When you realize that you really like doing something or you love it, then it's when you have it in you. Because you can study to be a teacher, but maybe you don't like it at all. You just do it because, oh, I want to be a teacher. But maybe it's, oh, are you zooming in on me? Just make sure you don't get, these little marks here.
You are beautiful, Lynn.
Oh, thank you very much. That's when you realize, carrying on with the question that you asked, that's when you realize that you really, really honestly like and love what you're doing. And when you enjoy and like what you're doing, it just comes naturally. And that's what you have to aim for in life. That's what I think, anyway. So, I'm just gonna let it, just set it on the table. And if you study something that you really like, you'll enjoy life a bit more. Okay.
What do you like the most about teaching?
Oh, that's another good question. Where do these questions come from?
They did it.
Yes, but some persons help us. So
People, yes.
Those are very good questions. Are you going to be a journalist?
no.
No, but you really think about
the questions.
Yeah, you really thought them out through. That's good. And that is very good. Okay, so what was that question again? Oh, yeah. What do I enjoy the most?
The most.
Realizing that the children are having fun and learning at the same time. That's something that no money can actually pay. So when you realize that money can't pay what you are really enjoying, then you know that you like it. And you are cut out for it.
Very good.
Do you miss your country? What kind of things do you miss?
Okay.
It's very far.
Yeah, it is far. It's oh boy. Yeah. Spain is lovely. It's very, very nice. It has such a very big span of. The weather is always changing, right? Okay, you don't have to go very far to find something that is, somewhere that is cold, like up north, it can be cold and rainy and very green and beautiful. You go a little further down and it's hot, like you wouldn't believe what, and windy, and then you go somewhere else and it looks like a desert. Where in the world did you get this country from? But then something that, so it is so incredibly, it has such a variety of weather change, variety of people. It's incredible too. And just the way that the country is, it's really, really beautiful. And I think that's what attracts tourists. But what I miss of my country is the space. It is so big. And here in Spain, okay, there are so many things that are good about it. And I'm not saying that, of course, well, Spain is, you take Canada and you take Spain and you can fit Spain into Canada maybe, I don't know, maybe 3 times or more or less. I didn't really take it geographically and look at it and let's see how many. No, I didn't do that. But the thing is that all the people that live in Spain, you cannot possibly fit them like you could how the way that the people in Canada live. It's impossible.
Impossible.
So that's why you probably live the way you do. Like some people live in houses, more so now, but
Most of them.
live in apartments.
Yes.
That's how it is. It's just another way of living. But that's one of the things I miss the most. Is, you know,
It's another way of living. It's,
Yeah.
It's different.
the backyard, that front yard, mowing the lawn. That's what I miss the most. It might be awkward because mowing the lawn. Well, yeah. Every time I go by the parks and I smell that distinct smell of the grass freshly cut, it just brings back so many memories. Because I used to mow the lawn to get my allowance, and that's one of the things I really miss. Is the space, that
The nature.
sense.
The nature.
Yes, and going into a forest without having to
Yes.
drive in a car.
2 hours or
yeah,
more. Yes.
yeah. And that's probably what I miss the most. Wow, and we're only on the second question. I talk too
Talk
much.
too much.
I know, this is terrible.
No, do it. Come on, carry on.
What do you usually do in your free time? What are your hobbies?
Oh, now that's very interesting. You might think I'm a nut, but I love craft work. It's just something.
Really?
Yes, anything that I can do with my hands, like I'm just, and my imagination just goes wild. I go to bed and I start
You're thinking.
yeah. And all of a sudden I come up with this weird idea of something and how could I do this? And yes, and that, and yeah, I do a lot of gestures. And then I like to make things, but not just think about them, but how can I make them? Okay, I'm not an inventor or anything. No, but I like to recycle, which may not be the best thing because my house is full of stuff. No, but using the things that you already have, you can make so many different things. It's just, you could make toys out of, well, not garbage, obviously, but it's just incredible what we don't realize, the things that we can do. And in 3rd grade, there was this girl that made a robot out of, what was it? Bricks? No, not bricks. Bricks. What am I thinking? Milk bottles and aluminum foil, and just bottle caps. And what else was it? But it was really interesting. It was so cool. And then there was another.
It was a
girl.
robot.
Yeah, it was a robot. And I thought, hey, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Because they're using their imagination, and they're actually using their abilities. So that is very good for them. Not for them only, like I do that too. So I think that's what makes you carry on, right? Just don't forget that you still have a brain and you can still use it, and you do have an imagination, even when the years keep going. And okay, you are getting older, but you're still young at heart, so it doesn't really matter. So just keep working with what you have. Okay, I don't know if that answered your question. I'm just blabbing on here.
What do you think about bilingualism in education?
I love it. Boy, that was short. I think that's great. And you know why? The sooner you start with children, the better it is for them. Okay, when you're an adult, you don't see it that way, perhaps. Why? Because when you're an adult, your brain works a different way. You have already started to acquire all these different ways of learning, and you already have it. Everything is structured in different cases. Maybe in other minds it isn't. But everybody has a different structure in their brain, right? Children, when they're born, they don't have a structure in their brain. They're learning how to structure their brain, right? They're learning everything. So if you show them, if you teach them, this is a number. They don't care if it's in English, Spanish, French, German. They have no idea. So for them, okay, just bring it at me. That's fine. No problem at all. So they just learn. And if you teach them naturally, like, okay, the mother, the father, they just teach them. Okay, you take your spoon and you eat like this. Right? So, doesn't matter if it's in English, Spanish, no problem at all. They usually say that children are like sponges. Okay, everybody has seen SpongeBob, right? And if you say you haven't, you're lying. Because he's been around for a long time. What does SpongeBob do when he wants to suck up something? He goes, and he becomes huge. Okay, what does that... Why am I saying this? Because that's what children do. Everything you say to them, they just... I have this... there's this little kid, and I'm not going to say his name, but when I go to that particular class, and the other day I was just counting the butterflies. He was counting and counting and counting and counting. And he is only 4 years old. And he was repeating the numbers up to 39.
Incredible.
Yes, because they are like that. And it's said, there has been a study made, that until more or less 5, depends on the person, 7, they will absorb everything, well, mainly everything, that you teach them. So, what does that give teachers to work with? Oh, it's a blessing. It is. Why? Because then bilingual education is the greatest. Why? Because you will have bilingual children. So other countries in Europe, they already have bilingual people. Why? Because, okay, I'm going to say this, maybe I shouldn't, but I will. On TV, they do not have subtitles, which is a good thing because that makes your brain work. And if your brain keeps on working, that means that you're still
learning.
Yes. And you never stop learning. Until you're 80, you can learn. Until you die. Well, you want to cut that out. Until the day you expire. So,
It's better.
Yeah. So, bilingual education, I think it's the best.
What can we do to improve our English? Could you give us any tips?
Okay. Should I not? I don't know. Well, one thing you can do to improve your English, it depends. Are you talking about grammar? Are you talking about pronunciation? What area?
Maybe it's everything, but I think the most important thing is
Pronunciation?
the pronunciation and speaking. Speaking is very difficult to speak every day. Okay, and
Okay. One thing. When you go home, first, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I can ask you too, right? Okay, great. Do you watch TV or anything?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
Sometimes. Well, one thing you can do is if you have watched a movie in Spanish more than once, watch it in English with English subtitles. That, because you already know what happens and you know what the movie is about, no problem. So that will give you a little bit of a feel. Okay, so this is what the actors sound like in English, but you have the subtitles in English, not in Spanish, because that will make a short circuit in your brain. That's not good, okay? And if you like a series on TV, whatever you like, or, well, whatever you like, and you can actually listen to it, see it, watch it, with subtitles in English, start little by little. That is going to help you more than you think. It will. You might think it's come on, nah. It does. Why? Because there's actually somebody here that listens to the radio in English all the time and is improving a lot. Because your ear is getting used to listening to English at a level that maybe you aren't aware, but it actually is staying here. It's like a computer, right? All the information is going in there and you don't really know what is in the computer until you take it apart. When you take it apart, you go, man. Check it out. Okay? And the brain is like a computer. Oh, I do not want anybody to take my brain apart. I don't know what they can find in there. Good, all good things. No, but that's one of the tips I would give you. And if you want to get the pronunciation part, if you want to make it better, just start with the basics. Go to phonics and practice. Sometimes how can you speak?
Same.
Yeah, and the tongue. It's the position of the tongue. Now, if you say shh and you put your tongue here, you're going to go shh, right? So to say it correctly, shh, you have to shut your mouth, well, not your mouth, your teeth, right? Shh, shh. And you have to feel a little bit of air, shh, coming out. Oh, so each of these letters have an actual way of putting your tongue in the right position. So start with the basics and just keep practicing That's what you have to do when you're an adult, not when you're a child. See, that's the key. Because when you're a child, you've already
Yes, it's
learned
different.
all that. But it's not impossible.
Not at all.
No, never say never.
No.
Mm-mm. It might be harder, but it's not impossible.
Okay.
Next question or not?
No.
No.
That's all?
Thank you very much, Lynn.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we're going to stop.
Okay.